It's Seahawks Parade Day. Keeping tabs on that, we might be bringing you a special guest who'll be in the parade. Very excited about that. We have one gold jacket, Hall of Famer Warren Moon, on the program. Pinch me every time. He'll be talking to us about Darnold, top 5 quarterbacks heading into 2026. And we also have we have 2 gold jackets. I should probably put myself together before the show starts. Here he is, Jared Allen, to talk a little Vikings, maybe some pass rushers, maybe some curling. The Super Bowl celebrations continue. Matthew Hamilton, Jared Allen on the show. Always a pleasure. Really an honor that they take time for us. And, of course, Warren Moon, great friend of the show. Popped by the set, by the way, in San Francisco, in what was a forgettable Super Bowl week for me. I was just somebody who's, all the guys were like, how was it? I'm like, it didn't feel like a Super Bowl. I don't know how else to say it. And I think I'm generally like dissociated with the world right now. Like there's just too much going on. I'm like at my limit. But like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on at Super Bowl. And the celebrations, I say, will continue. We're going to talk. I want to talk a little Shedeur here on the show. Warren Moon on the program. Jared Allen. And then where's the stuff that I'm going to need right here? Right there. It's right there.
Yep, just scroll down a little.
Do we have a special guest on the program? Can I go to him?
Yes, we do. Let's do it.
Am I allowed, or is he checking in? Oh. Why not? Okay, we're going to talk. You tell us when we're ready. We've got lots going on here on the program. I see. You want to know what else is here? Hello.
We'll get to that later.
We got some celebrations in.
You got some interviews to get through first.
It's also it's All-Star, NBA All-Star. Chandler Parsons just said he's not going to anything. It's more than Super Bowl parties. There's like a lot going on here in Los Angeles with these parties. Shams playing in the game. No what? No sound. Okay, there's no sound. We're going to somehow switch lanes here. And today is the Super Bowl parade. I must tell you, what an honor it is. What like a lucky get. And thank you so much for joining us ahead of what will be the best day of your life, I think. 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2025 second-team All-Pro linebacker for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. Hours before the celebration, Ernest, can you even describe or explain what's bringing that smile to your face?
Honestly, I can't, man. I'm super excited. I'm actually sitting in the car right now watching the guys and the families walk in, getting ready to go, to the parade and stuff. So I'm pumped. I see a couple beers in people's hands, so it's about to be a good day.
Give us a little play-by-play here. Who's walking? Who's walking in? Who are you seeing?
We got Gray of Zabel here. He has the bush. He has the beers coming in. AJ Barner just stepped out of the car with a cowboy hat, so I see how that's going. Leonard Williams just pulled up, so it's about to get real spicy right now.
Who's going to be the spiciest, in your opinion, Ernest Jones? Who's going to be the MVP of the parade?
It's probably a sleeper pick right here, but I'm going with Sam Darnold. I honestly think Sam's going to show out today.
What does that mean? Paint me that picture.
I think he's gonna
let loose,
have a pretty good day, have fun.
That would make me so happy and well deserved to see. Have you thought much about the parade? I feel like every Super Bowl champion I have talked to says it actually is the best day. It's the best time.
The best part.
Gronk's told me they've all said, Saquon, that you feel like a superhero. How do you? What are you looking forward to most today?
Man, I heard there was supposed to be close to 1 million people at this parade. Like, that's insane. 1 million people anywhere at one time is insane. But to be there for us, that's such a blessing. But yeah, it's the best day. Honestly, I tell people all the time, man, winning the Super Bowl, that's fun. But man, when you get to that parade, there's nothing better than that.
Congratulations to you. Has it soaked in yet, Ernest, that you are a Super Bowl champion?
It really hasn't. I mean, this one hit home, man. Just from it being, 4 years removed from the last one. This one, it took a lot. So this one definitely hit home, but I don't think it settles in yet until you really, you go through the parade and you get the ring.
I'm sure texts are pouring in. This defense, this team has been so unbelievable. Is there a text or a phone call or a reach out from somebody that sort of resonated and stayed with you?
As far as, talking about our defense?
No, just congratulations to you for your second Super Bowl win.
Man, Bobby's always, it does wonders for me. And then, with him winning the Man of the Year award, just us having that, 2 big accomplishments back to back was kind of big for us. So, when he reached out to me, that's definitely always big time.
I don't know, do we have the moment? Sorry, I want to ask do we have, okay, I want to take you back to this moment, okay, that I saw on the field. What were you thinking here, Ernest? What's happening here?
Man, I was, wanting to have a moment where I could bring my dad to the Super Bowl and couldn't do it physically. So closest thing I can get, I was talking all week, man. I felt him more in my spirit and my heart this week than I have, since he's left. And this was really special to get this Super Bowl for him. And, I'll be able to bring this trophy back home. And, it was just really special to, be able to do that for him.
You lost your dad back in July, so it was important for you to have him there. Your wife was there, of course, Tyra.
Oh, yeah.
Young Ernest was there, and hi, Tyra, how are you? Congratulations!
Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm great. I mean, congratulations on the Super Bowl, but you're also expecting baby number 2 here. What a champion your wife is, Ernest, for celebrating. What has this week been like for you, Tyra?
I'm sorry.
No, it's been incredible. I mean, we're just grateful, thankful for everything, but also just being able to bring our baby boy and our expecting baby boy along the journey has been everything.
It's amazing. 2 baby boys for you.
Yeah.
Continued blessings and joy today. Ernest, it seems like this Patriots offense could not get anything going. You lead the team with 11 times. I'm screaming for you. I was so excited. Can you take me through the TFL in the first quarter? Looking back, this is just a preview of what the Patriots were going to have to deal with all night long. What was your read on this play?
Man, I have to give a shout out to Drake, man. Drake set this one up nice for me. It was a pressure blitz, with the weak side linebacker. And Drake came through, set it up, caused a lot of chaos. And me, I'm just tracking the ball, and I was able to go downhill right here and just make a good tackle for the team.
Your guy, Drake Thomas, I love that. Give me a little preview of with the parade. Are y'all on, who's on your situation? How are you guys? How's it being organized?
We really don't know. We just showed up, and I think they're about to, get us all set up here and get us all, put together.
Okay, I love that. I'm going to let you go. I know you have a lot going on. You've been on 2 Super Bowl winning teams with Cooper Kupp, though, so I hope you're somewhere near him, or you guys have a nice moment together. Now, he isn't the loudest, the most boisterous wide receiver in the league, but he's a leader. He's a mentor. What's something that is underappreciated about your guy, Cooper Kupp? Future Hall of Famer, Cooper Kupp.
Man, I think it's just that, how he leads, man. Coop came into this building, and, I think I wouldn't say he took Jax up under his wing, but he definitely, leaned into Jax, gave him all the knowledge, and he's not selfish. And I think that separates him from a lot of guys. He's willing to share that knowledge, and he just wants to win. And for him to come, here, and to get a ring, 1 year in, man, I'm super happy for my guy.
What are you wearing, Ernest? What is that? What is this? What's happening? Oh! Shut up! That's so good. Tell me the story of that. What is the lore of that? Oh my God!
Yeah, man, been saying it all year. That's my dude, man. And to come in, he gave me his blessing. He was okay with us wearing the shirts. A couple of us will have them on, so it's my guy, man. Thank you, Sam, for, getting us to this bowl.
Is that a cigarette in his mouth?
Yes, little cig.
Who made the shirt? Whose idea was it?
I really seen the shirts online, and then I was like, yesterday, spur of the moment. I believe the store is Custom Creations. They were able to get the shirt out made for me in a couple hours, so it's perfect.
I love it. Sam's our quarterback. We got his back. If you have anything to say, F you. Those are your words. a two-time Super Bowl champion, dad of two expecting. Congratulations to you, to your support system, your beautiful family. Witherspoon, that's my pick for MVP today.
Oh, yeah.
I think Spoon, that's your favorite player. He's going to be a 10 out of 10, right?
100%. I heard he's mic'd up, too, so y'all going to get some good clips.
We will enjoy it. I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much, and congrats.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy it. I want to see clips of you, Ernest. Drink of choice. I don't know what it is. I can't wait to see it. Big congrats, and we will be back after this with a Hall of Famer, Warren Moon, on the show. I want to know the drink of choice for Ernest Jones. What a moment that was. We got to get that clip out. Woo! That is an aggressive middle finger situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was...
I loved that. That was so nice of him to, like, can you... I would never. You haven't talked to me before at the Super Bowl parade?
I got to be honest, too. I don't think there's anybody I'm happier for than him with his journey and everything. Yeah, and he... Like, you talked before about, like, the power of manifesting things.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody manifested this more than him. He said it before the season, like...
I know. I don't know why I asked him about Cooper. I didn't tell him about him, the career high. That was a miss by me. Sorry. He was in here somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But, yeah, it's just...
Wait, you said we didn't have elements. What did that mean?
Oh, he just meant the music video, like the
because
song
then I was
that was
like
coming
scared
in.
to
He
go
said
to
just
anything.
to bring him in.
Oh, we did.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, my bad.
Okay, good.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think just let me know that we have them, because I was a little scared to show to ask about his dad if we don't have the picture. Okay, no, good. All good. Great. He's awesome.
He really is.
You know what's so funny? It's like I was gonna ask like what he's gonna be drinking, but I don't think people like don't drink anymore. Gray hat Bush. We should be tweeting that stuff out.
No.
Is it GREY?
We know Gray's doing it. Yeah.
ZABEL, right?
Yep. There is no doubt he was going to be drinking.
Carrying a case of Bush into the facility. Is that where they are? They're probably like downtown.
I think he said they're outside the facility, or they were, yeah.
Yeah, that clip should go up first, and then obviously his dad. It's too good.
And yeah, they went 10-0.
Having that quote in there was really helpful to me.
Yeah.
We got
10-0 since that quote. They never lost again after he said that. It's crazy to think about.
My next guest, Pro Football Hall of Famer, 1990 Offensive Player of the Year, Warren Moon. Great to see you. Did you see the FU, the bird flipping T-shirts that these champions are winning? What do you make of that?
Well, you know, that's what they do today.
That is what they do. They'll have a good time.
Everybody shows their emotion. Nobody holds anything back.
And they shouldn't. They should be celebrated and have a great time. Great to see you. As always, got to see you in person just for a sec last week. We're a few hours away from this parade. It kicks off at 11 a.m., close to 1 million people. You're not that far. You going to make it down there?
I'm not that far, and I'm still thinking about it, Kay. It's cold out there. It's cold.
How cold?
It's like below 40.
Warren Moon, you live a great life. Below 40, you're not leaving the house. You sound like me.
Well, the last Seahawks parade, it was 27, so I froze my tail off in that one, and I said, do I want to do that again? I'm a little bit older now.
Who's the person that could call you and get you out there?
Probably Mike McDonald.
Oh, yeah. Mike McDonald on line one. Let's get this out there. He's got to give you a little FaceTime.
He's probably watching film for the next game. He's not even thinking about this parade.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. He's got an iPad. He's sitting at the bottom of the bus, dialing stuff up.
He's worried about the offseason. Who are we going to get to improve our football team?
Warren, I've never met him. What do you make of him?
I love the guy. I just love his demeanor. I mean, he's the same guy every day. If you watch this football team and see how connected they are, it's because of him. And the guys bought into what he was selling when he first got there. And this is a team that really loves each other. And it's not just hogwash that people saying that. If you talk to a man, all these guys really care about each other. And it's because of the way Mike presented his philosophy and the way he wanted to run this football team.
I cannot believe we have not talked about this yet. I stumbled across the Super Bowl 25 halftime show. Okay, we were looking at some things. This is New Kids on the Block, featuring an all-kids cast with special guest Warren Moon. Warren, what is this?
You know, Kay, I didn't make it to the Super Bowl that year. I said, how can I get on that field? And this is the way I got on there with Minnie Mouse. Anything it took to get on there, I was going to make it happen.
What were the rehearsals like for this? How intense?
So it's not just Bad Bunny at halftime, it's Warren Moon at halftime, too.
It looks incredible.
It wasn't intense, but there's no question about it. They put a lot of time into it to make it look great for television. And you see, I didn't have a big part. I didn't have to do very much. It was all the other people that did all the work. I just did a little bit of jogging and had to make sure my uniform fit right.
That was, of course, the Giants-Bills wide right game. This Super Bowl for you specifically, I mean, it hits home with these Seattle connections. I think you'll make your way to the parade if I know you. A little dip in, little dip out, little handshake. Maybe you end up just at Lumen Field where it will end. I'd like to ask your opinion, or maybe not your opinion. There's no, I mean, what opinion can you have on Sam Darnold? He went and rewrote how he's been looked at his entire career. I think that's his story, and it's almost like we're overlooking how hard that might be. To go somewhere, to deal with the mental adversity, the New York, to be the backup, all of that, so many different stops. Can you sort of, as one of the greats to ever do it, can you contextualize how difficult it is to do what Sam did?
Yeah, because I tried to do it with the way my career went, as far as, having to go to another country and play for, 6 years, come back and kind of prove myself to this league and get to the playoffs many times, but never got this far. But Sam's journey is an amazing one as well, because he was a young guy that kind of lost his confidence once he left New York and had to rebuild it somehow. I really credit Kyle Shanahan a lot for his confidence coming back, because he went into San Francisco. He was a backup. He didn't have a lot of pressure on him, and he learned under one of the best offensive minds in the game. And then he goes on to Minnesota to do the same thing with Kevin. And now he comes to Seattle and gets another great opportunity with good talent around him, and you see what he's been able to do. So, yeah, his story has been amazing. I think they should make a movie out of it, especially the way it ends with a Super Bowl win.
Who would play Sam Darnold?
Wow. That's a good question. Matt Damon, he plays everybody, doesn't he?
Oh, that's actually a really good one. Matt Damon playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a Patriots fan.
Matt Damon would want to play him though because of the New England connection. He might not want to play the quarterback of the team that beat him in the Super Bowl.
Then what kind of an actor is he? He must be objective and embrace all sorts of roles in
He's
that
human.
lens. Yeah, he is human. And speaking of the Patriots, Drake May, 23 years old. I imagine you'll say or think it's a valuable learning experience. What is your message to young Drake as he takes this next step?
Well, hopefully he does learn from all of this, and only he knows exactly how he felt going into that game physically. And then I think he was confused at times in the game. They've got to put a couple more good pieces around him to keep him protected, because he had bullets coming from all different angles in that game against him. And once you get kind of rattled early in the game, it's kind of tough to get your composure back for the rest of the game, especially for a young guy. So hopefully they improve their offensive line, get him a few more weapons on the outside. Now, this kid's going to have a tremendous career for a long time just because of his whole overall makeup.
How hurt did he look to you?
I don't think he looked terribly hurt, but you could tell he wasn't the same guy.
Yeah.
But again, if you're dealing with a deficiency and now all of a sudden you're having to throw under duress most of the time with that deficiency, you're not going to be as effective. So if anything, that offensive line could have done a better job of protecting him a little bit more so he could throw the football as well as he possibly could under the conditions of his injury.
Out of those drafted quarterbacks from 2024 who've made the playoffs, we got Drake, Jaden, Caleb, and Bo. Who's your guy out of those? Who's tops?
Wow.
It's hard. Here's the draft class.
It's a toss-up between Jaden and Caleb. I mean, both of those two guys are very, very special. And that's the reason why they were drafted 1-2 a couple of years ago. And Caleb showed it this year. Jaden showed it last year. I want to see all these guys get healthy on the field. Half those guys on that picture right there, even more than half of them have been hurt all throughout the year. So we got to get some healthy quarterbacks in the league. And that's one of the things the league has made such a big deal about is protecting the most important position in pro sports. And most of the top guys in this league, not only those young guys, but a lot of the older ones, Patrick Mahomes and on and on and on, have all been injured this year. So we got to get those guys back on the field healthy.
It's a great point and a lesson going forward, and how you got to either shuffle around that O-line or really deeply invest into it, like they will in New England, like we'll see, like they did with the Seahawks. And I was talking to Jason McCourty about this on Monday, so it was very fresh. I hadn't slept or whatever, but I always want there to be a lesson. Like, what can I learn from this? And there's like a conversation about well-balanced teams with dominant defenses up against top quarterbacks. What's better? What would you prefer? What should teams be doing? So how important is roster balance compared to having one of those top guys, the Joshes, the Lamars, the Joes, when you're chasing a Super Bowl, which should be the only goal, really?
Yeah, I think roster balance is very important because quarterback, even though it's one of the most important, if not the most important position in all of team sports, it's also a very dependent position. You have to depend on a good offensive line to keep you upright. You have to depend on receivers to make plays for you. You have to depend on a running game that keeps the team more balanced, so all the pressure is not put on your shoulders to carry the offense. And then you got to have a good defense. So I think having that balance is gonna help any quarterback. And if he's got a lot of talent, his job is to make those big plays at the big times, whether it's in the 2-minute drill, whether it's when he gets in the red zone, things like that. That's where he really makes his money.
In the theme of looking ahead to 2026, since we're closing the chapter on this one today, as that celebration happens in Seattle, in the area, we gave you a little homework. You were nice enough, our Hall of Famer, to give us your top 5 quarterbacks heading into next season. Let's take a look at these. Okay, here they are. So you've got Patrick Mahomes. I love that. The forgotten Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Lamar Jackson. Why is Justin Herbert where he is?
Well, let me say first off, I didn't put them in any order. They just asked me who my top 5 were, and I just gave them 5 names. But this is a pretty solid group, and again, all those guys except for maybe Joe Burrow were hurt. Well, even Joe Burrow was hurt during the season. What am I talking about? All those guys were banged up during this year or hurt at one time or didn't finish the season. So that's what I'm looking forward to, all those guys coming back healthy again, and then they can get back to the top of their game. But you see there's a group of young guys that you showed earlier that are right there on their tails ready to take over if their play starts to falter. So the league is in a really good position quarterback-wise. It's very healthy that way because you have these guys are what you would call, I guess, seasoned veterans, all getting to be around 30 years old. Then you've got that younger group behind them all just waiting to take over the mantle.
Is there a team that you are eyeing for Super Bowl 61 or as far as just having a great year? I like the Chiefs. And if I look at the odds right now, they're not getting a lot of love, as they're not even on here.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how Philadelphia bounces back because they still have one of the best rosters in the league. They just got to get things turned around, especially on the offensive side of the ball, on what type of team they want to be, their identity. Green Bay is a team, if they could stay healthy, they lost a lot of their key components in that Chicago Bear game. They lost their tight end, they lost their top receiver, they lost Michael Parsons earlier in the year. So they're a team that can make some noise if they can get all their guys healthy. That's such an important part of professional football is keeping your guys healthy and ready to play. And if you don't have that, it's going to really affect the chemistry of your football team. So health over the course of a 17-game season, and it's going to even be worse going forward, Kay, because now they want to go to 18 games. That's just more wear and tear on your body over a long period of time.
It's so true. We got a couple weeks till the franchise tag happens, then free agency, then of course the draft, which is in Pittsburgh. And there's a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of guys at your position that could be on the move. I want to show you some of these names that are sort of a bit buzzy here. Is there one that pops out to you? Someone that if you're in charge of what goes on a team, you're like, yes, let's get this guy in the building.
Kyler Murray is intriguing to me because he's such a talented guy.
Talented.
I just don't know if he's matured to the point to where he wants to be the leader to take the reins of a football team and say, I'm going to lead you guys to the promised land. If he ever does that to go along with his ability, he's got a chance to really make some noise in this league. And I really love the way Mac Jones played last year for San Francisco during the time when Brock Purdy was hurt. So he's shown that he can play in this league at a high level. And then Malik Willis is very interesting to me because of the way he played with Green Bay. And I think he's really developed well. And I think his best football is still ahead of him if somebody wants to take a chance and keep developing him.
I was blessed enough to sit down with Shedeur Sanders last week at Super Bowl. He had such, like, he was
blessed, huh?
Yeah, he was like thoughtful. Yeah, he was very thoughtful. He was, I mean, he's dealing with not knowing what his role is. He found that out live on my set that Monken said his new guy was like, I don't know, his role's to be TBD. I told him that live on television, not knowing what he hadn't heard it before, and I thought he handled it really well. Like, that's to be expected, is what he said. It stayed with me. That comment from him, how he's handling himself. What do you want to see out of him if he's going to take that job and run with it? They're talking about bringing other guys in, competition. What do you need to see from Shedeur?
Just stand up to that competition and do what it takes this offseason to show not only the coach, but the rest of the organization, your teammates, that you're willing to put in the responsibility that it takes to be a starting quarterback in this league, and get away from some of the stuff that that might be questionable about what he does with his personal life and things like that. You know, I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong or against the law or anything like that, but you know, he has a tendency to bring a show wherever he goes, and just tone down some of that stuff and just become a quarterback. Because in the National Football League, you have to act a certain way, believe it or not, playing this position, because you're a leader not only in the clubhouse, but you're a leader in that whole community. So everything you do is going to be reflected upon. So that's the thing I want to see out of him. Has he matured to the point to what it takes to be a professional quarterback and not just a college quarterback?
It's well said. Let's finish with your Titans. Cam Ward, mature, incredible, getting paired up with Brian Dable, who's known for working with quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones. What is the perfect usage to utilize Cam's ability next season?
Well, talk to him and see what he does best, what he likes to do, and then incorporate that into the offense and use his legs some in a way where it's called upon. Like, there's called plays for the quarterback to use his legs. Just put that extra threat on the defense. He just has to be very smart when he does run to make sure he doesn't put himself in harm's way. But when he can use his legs, he just puts that much more pressure on the defense, and he definitely can throw the ball with anybody. He's got a really good arm. He's very accurate with the football. And I think Brian Dable will get the most out of him, especially because he's a perfect dual threat type of quarterback, and he's worked with dual threat guys before, and they've had success under him.
He needs some help a little bit, or he doesn't need it maybe, but he does. I want to see him have like an outside threat, right? A free agent or wide receiver. I think we have a couple here. So we've got Mike Evans that'd be crazy. Mike Evans is up. Romeo Doubs potentially. Rashid Shaheed. Is there somebody that Borgonzi should pair with Cam?
Well, I like Christian Kirk. He did a great job for the Texans. I don't know if they're going to bring him back or not. Rashid Shaheed, you saw what he did for Seattle not only from a special team standpoint, but he can do a lot of things as a receiver. And he can also run, jet sweeps and things like that. All you want to do is put the ball in his hand somehow, some way. Romeo Doubs, if he can stay healthy, he's shown he can be one of the better receivers in this league as well. And then George Pickens, you don't know what you're going to get out there with him, but you're going to get a very talented guy, but you want to make sure that his mind and head is in the right place if you bring him into your football team.
Love all of that. I just heard a ping on your computer. Is that Mike McDonald? Line one?
No, that was my reminder. It's time to leave for the parade.
You're going! Yay! Warren, let's go! Have so much fun. I want to see you. I want that T-shirt, that Sam Darnold FU T-shirt. We got to get one on you.
I got to go get my gloves and my mittens and my earmuffs,
Yeah, the whole East Coast is rolling their eyes at you, Warren. 40 degrees sounds pretty nice to anybody out there, but that's incredible. It would not be a celebration of Seattle and that team if you were not there. So I'm so glad. Enjoy every moment.
It's a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny and clear and beautiful. So.
Stay warm out there. Up next, your brethren, your Jared Allen, Hall of Famer, on the show after this. What a day! Wow. Yay, he's going. That's so fun. That's so fun.
That's awesome. As long as he has his mittens and his earmuffs.
I know. Tell him yes. Tell him yes, I will, Warren. Okay. Great. Glad you had. Am I like, are you always typing like that the whole show? Why am I going crazy about that yesterday and today? And I'm hearing it like it's in my ear. What do you call that? Kind of neurosis. I'm about to kick Kat
there
out
is
of
a
the
word
studio,
for it. I
I'm sure
can't.
she prefer it because why is she, in the studio? We might switch it up after break. What? What?
I know. I was saying there is a word for it. I can't think of it right now, but yeah.
It's beyond sensitive.
Yeah.
I literally am hearing as if it's like in my eardrum. I'm hearing all day yesterday and today. I didn't say anything yesterday, but today I'm like, something's wrong with me. What is that?
I think.
What do you mean?
That is true. I did see that the other day.
What?
I saw that the other day, what Richard was saying about it's like a sign of like high intelligence if you're bothered by certain noises. No, it's true.
I
saw it on Instagram.
I'm
it's true.
listening to Ernest,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering, what is she typing over there? What could she possibly be doing like this?
I think you need this hiatus as more than anybody. You were over the NFL season yesterday. Come on. You need to take some time. You said it didn't feel like Super Bowl.
It didn't feel like Super Bowl.
You're ready for the season to be over.
You're telling me this week felt like Super Bowl? Really?
It did. Yeah. 36 guests.
It had nothing to do with the
excitement.
teams. It had nothing to do with it. Just didn't feel like a Super Bowl to me. I don't know why. Okay, great.
Okay.
So I'm opening this. Wow, you guys sprung for the VOO? What the? Holy shit.
Yep. You've made enough comments.
Why is it always that there's champagne on the show when I'm going to like a doctor or something that I can't, like, it's only on those days? Or am I always in the doctor's office? That's not true. I'm almost never. I'm supposed to go to Star Search tonight. I just looked at my calendar. I forgot. Welcome to Bravo Shot here. You know what this cheers to is? You know what? Have me go for it.
Yep. Okay. It happened. The Prop Shot season is finally over, and you did, in fact, beat Gronk 37-35, a 2-point win. This was a marathon stretched over the course of 22 weeks.
A little too much.
And you outlasted the 4-time Super Bowl champ. Congratulations.
I'm going to cheers to, not my win. I'm going to cheers to a couple of things here off the dome.
Oh, boy.
First of all, congrats to anybody who had a piece of that $6 million jackpot, because the overlords were writing some checks. Their hands are hurt. You know, I don't know. Super Bowl 60, we paid out we had a $6 million jackpot. So I got the numbers. 27,166 of our beloved customers hit on A.J. Barner to be the game's first touchdown. That's amazing. They each got $111 apiece from that jackpot. Then 22,844 customers hit on Ramondre Stevenson to be the last touchdown. So it was first or last, and then you get a piece of that $6 million jackpot on FanDuel. Each were paid out even more than that, $132. How did you pick that? If you're part of this, I need you to be excited. I need you to share in my VOOV. Listen, we're really doing the things right here. It's not only VOOV and not like Jimmy's Champs or whatever we got from the bottom of the aisle. It's also chilled. It's cold. I don't like doing this. I have much PTSD. I don't want to do this. Hamilton?
You got to do it.
Okay, here it comes. Oh, yeah. Good call. Oh, see? Why does that happen?
It is.
Why does that happen? You know, maybe I don't know how to open a bottle of champagne correctly. Is the spilling of it? I don't know. I'm going to enjoy every bit of this. I also want it. This is not about my win, okay? I'm no hero. This is not about my win. This is a cheers to Rob Gronkowski, okay? Rob Gronkowski, who visited our show every Wednesday. I believe came in studio also when he was here in LA. This is a busy man, okay? And the fact that he came on, hung out, and did prop a shot with us, Hamilton. Here's a cheers to Gronk's incredible season, where he has, I don't even know, like he's been a star for his entire career. But watching him on Sundays, there was that playoff game on Sunday where he did a FanDuel read, and I literally almost shed a tear, a little champagne tear for Gronk, because I go, look at him, absolutely crushing, owning the space, being such a good rep for FanDuel, all over Radio Row, just the kindest man alive. So here's to, Gronk, this one's to you and the Overlords. And it really takes somebody who's better than all those things that I said to beat you, Gronk, and that's me. You know? You're so great. You're so great, and I'm better than you.
You made a really compelling case for Gronk. I think we should give him 3 extra points and just give him the win since he was so wonderful.
We had a parlay win in the postseason.
Put that cork back on. We did.
I'm excited about that. I have a ride home, so I'm going to have some bubbly. Do we have Jared on? Not yet. Okay, Jared Allen's here. My hand is soaked. Champagne. It's okay. Just going to rub it on.
It's great. That's what happens.
You know, it's just what happened. But seriously, congrats to everybody. By the way, if you were part of the $6 million jackpot, I want to hear from you. Please tweet us, and I'll send you some of the many gifts that exist on the beautiful internet of champagne opening, closing, and celebrating in the libation. Okay, we're going to continue with what's going on here on the program, says Richard in my ear. We had so many great... Oh, and cheers to all of our guests last week for taking the time. And the reps, and our bookers, and everybody for getting people where they need to be. I thought it was very cool that we got a moment. I was talking about it with Warren Moon here a moment ago. Getting to sit down with Shedeur Sanders, always... interesting. And we talked about a lot of things, and I think that this moment definitely stood out with me. Do we have it? Here it is. Todd Monken said this morning that your role is TBD, to be determined. Mm-hmm. What's your reaction to that? What does that mean to you when you hear that?
I mean, that's what's expected. You know, that's what's expected. I think each and every day, I have to prove to everybody and to myself also. So it's kind of like having goals and accomplishing those goals, whether it's small goals, and the small goals will end up to long-term success. So it's kind of like just hit your landmarks on what you need to do. Focus more in depth on everything, on what you want to, and just be in control of your life and what you can control.
Shedeur was hearing that for the first time. I thought he handled it really beautifully. Hamilton, we heard Warren Moon there say that he hasn't done anything wrong. And it's like but it does, there's a bit of hoopla, I guess, Ham. Hello? That comes with that.
Yeah.
I guess, to win out the job, he has to be who he was on my set, which was a 10 out of 10 masterclass, and I know I have to work for it. Here I go.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't answer that question any better. And with it being pulled on him on the spot, that's exactly what you want to hear out of a starting quarterback.
Who are some of the names they're floating around to come in there?
So we heard from
by
Ben
the way,
Solak yesterday.
Emmett did a 12-minute dissertation eviscerating the fact that he has not been named the starter outright, which you guys can check out on our YouTube page, which people had a lot of thoughts about. I do want to say about the Emmett thing, I would love to talk to Emmett about that for 30 minutes. He started that conversation as the reps were pulling him. So in that interview, when I'm like, oh, that's cute, and I'm not having a discourse with him, it's because the time absolutely did not allow. But Emmett, I welcome you back whenever to have that conversation, and we absolutely love him. Okay, let's bring in our guest. The bubbly is happening, and here I just want to dabble in the glory of this next man.
I've been going hard. Sacked by Jared Allen. Oh, I'm going so hard. Oh, I'm going so hard. Oh, it's a sack by Jared Allen. Tell me what you know about.
Jared Allen, do you ever drink champagne on 4th and Need, or is it just straight up whiskey?
Honestly, just coffee, because we usually film in the morning. Yeah, but it's a good call.
Are you criticizing me for drinking in the morning? Is that what?
Never. I judge nobody.
Okay, and
well,
I
at least
appreciate
publicly.
that. I won a parlay. You know what? I celebrate. I don't win often. So thank you, Jared Allen. We love that. Thank you for being here. We just had Warren Moon, your fellow Hall of Famer. I want to start with your passion, though. That's why I want to talk curling. Team USA.
Okay, let's do it.
Silver.
Let's do it.
Mixed doubles. Congratulations. Drinking champagne, toasting to them as the resident curling expert. What takes more skill? Perfect curling throw or beating a tackle on a dip and rip?
Oh, man. Curling, making that perfect throw of curling is tough. Those ice conditions are constantly changing. Our mixed doubles team that just won silver, two insanely good curlers. Corey Dropkin curled with him against him a lot, stuff like that. So great people, deserving. I was rooting for them to pull off gold, but you know what? It is what it is. That's why you play the game. But yeah, curling's insanely hard.
Yeah, FanDuel's got. If you were to tell someone who's never watched it why it's so hard, what's the conditions changing? I heard that.
Yeah, ice, right? Ice sucks.
Yeah, ice sucks.
And you have and you're on feet, so you're slipping all over the place, trying to swing. But yeah, you're trying to be so precise. That's the thing is you're dealing with literally fractions of, centimeters and inches and angles. It's like chess on ice, but you got to throw the rock 140 feet. Into the right precise, spot. So really, and it's always changing. The ice conditions are constantly changing. The type of shot, depending on what the other person, throws, is constantly changing. And so, there's actually a lot of metrics that go into it based off, the time of your slide, your timing, what they call hog line to hog line times to judge the speed of the ice. So based on that, you're trying to throw certain splits and then relay that to your sweepers so they understand that they need to, where you're at. So, there's a lot that goes into it, and it really just sounds like people are yelling at each other, but there's some important stuff being said sometimes.
What's one phrase that I need to know from curling? That's something that's being what's the most, when I hear it, I'll know it.
A phrase from curling. That's pretty good.
Well, what are they yelling at everybody about?
Hammer. So hammer's key because you always want, that means you have the last rock at the end, right?
Okay.
So an end is like an inning or a quarter, so to speak,
Okay.
Yeah. And then they're just yelling a lot of times, just yelling you to sweep harder. And that's where the guy sitting in the house, which is the bullseye. Right. Yelling he's giving directions on line of the rock, right? You just sweep harder. And when you're sweeping your face off and you feel like you're going to vomit on the ice and somebody that's not sweeping is yelling at you to sweep harder, you kind of want to hit him in the face with a broom because I'm sweeping as hard as I can and you're still yelling at me. So it really brings back childhood traumas, all that stuff.
I love that. I love that for you. Let's take a look at FanDuel odds right now because who do you like on the men's side for the gold medal?
Oh, you know what? Dude, Italy is good. Italy is really, really good. But it's hard to go against Nicholas Adine. They are a powerhouse, and they've been there so often, right? So, and they're the defending gold medalists. So I would probably either say Sweden or the Italian team, to be honest.
What do you mean, USA? get it together. Plus 4,000. I believe in
I hate to
miracles,
break
no?
it to you. If USA wins it, it'll be even more shocking than when Schuster went on the run and won it back, handful of years ago in 2018.
Yeah, I remember that.
They're a young team. They're a good team, but they're a young team. But
Okay.
I didn't see Scotland on there.
Let's see. So Scotland's not on there. Can we get the Scotland odds? I can't believe we somehow neglected Scotland. Control room, they were not on there. Okay, sneaky pick potentially. But if you want to be patriotic, plus 4,000 odds, guys, if you believe in miracles. After the Olympics, Jared Allen, you've got something big launching with some help from some friends of mine, George Kittle, TJ Hawkinson. What is the Rock League?
Yeah, we're excited about it. So it's our first professional curling league, right? So it's going to be a little spring league. It'll be a short season here in 2026. And then, 2027, we'll expand upon that. But yeah, it's going to be great. So we got teams from all, North America, Europe, US, Canada, obviously, and, really kind of try to push the boundaries, not push, but, change curling, bring it modernized a little bit, keeping a lot of the traditions, but, playing in some different formats. Curling is a cool sport because men and women, it's really like an equal playing field. We would laugh. We were like, if the number one pick in a curling draft right now would probably be a female curler, Rachel Holman out of Canada. I mean, she wins everything, right? And so it's really cool to see these teams put together where you're going to have men's and women's all competing together. As far as you might have a women's four versus a men's and men's four. All those points go, or mixed doubles, mixed quads, a whole bunch of things like that. So we're able to create some fun storylines, to create some more action for the viewers. Curling is a great sport to watch on TV, which is awesome because you can have commentary and understand it. And I think it's just going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great way to finally introduce some of these athletes that, you don't really see. You see these niche sports athletes, you don't realize the complications and the hard work and everything that goes into it, and give them a platform to be recognized. We're bringing more money into it. And so we're really excited about having a pro spring league, and it doesn't affect any of your national placements. And like for Canada, it's a big thing for like all their play downs and stuff like that for the Briar Cup. So we don't mess with any of that. And each year we want to progress and grow more and more events with this league. And it's going to be a fun deal. And then we own the Grand Slams of curling already, which is, the 5 major curling events. It's like the 4 majors of golf, right? So you have to be the top 15 in the world to be able to invite into those. And they're massive. So we've owned those now for the last 2 years. And, so yeah, it's just another way to really highlight these athletes, highlight the curlers, and push the sport of something that we think is awesome. And it has such great viewership with the Olympics all the time. So now the challenge is just keeping that engagement past that. And I think we can do that by bringing these athletes together, and they won't be on their typical teams. And there's we have coaches now, we have GMs, we have we ran like real franchises.
And this is a 7-day launch event in Toronto. It's after the Winter Olympics, 2 months. It's April 2026, everybody. And then there's a 5-stop 2027 season. And then it looks like a global, like the goal is a global sort of tour, which would be awesome. When are you hiring me to be your curious little curling 101 silent reporter? When is what? Are we talking after
anytime?
this?
Anytime.
Okay,
you say when, I'll put you in touch with our CEO. And
who's the CEO?
Nick Solsky. He came over from PointsBet. He founded he was like one of the first fantasy kind of gambling site. He founded Monkey Knife Fight back in the day, still at the Ballet, and then went up to Canada. Oh, he's a great dude. You know what? And that's why I joined on, and guys like Kittle and Hawk and stuff, because it was, so many times you get a group of people that want to start a league, or a group of they're within that same, kind of athletic world, or they're in that sport, and they don't really have an outside picture. What Nick did, Nick brought in heavy hitters from all sorts of industries, right? From content-based, big money, from, venture capitalists, like Relay Capital is our big venture partner, content, media. I mean, really trying to push and sell this. I mean, great social teams. So,
You're
the dude's
sinking your teeth into this. I think it's very cool. You're not just a face. You're not just a pretty mulleted face, Jared.
That was one thing. Nick and I was one of the founding team when we started, spitballing this, and he's done a great job of putting a team together that knows what they're doing from a business standpoint. From sports franchise, we have people involved that help bring women's hockey to Canada and stuff like that. So they did their research, they did their homework, and I think we're in a good place. And the curlers are really understanding that, you know, what we're doing is trying to elevate them and elevate the sport at the same time.
Yeah, NFL's pretty elevated. They're doing pretty well. They're
trying to find new ways to expand in every aspect.
And they are, but listen, Vikings legend, I'd like you to tell me what it felt like to watch Sam Darnold hoist the Lombardi.
I've been saying it since. I had to apologize. I didn't believe he could do it. I'll be honest with you. Now, you know, again, I think he went to a great situation where he has an incredible run game. He had great, you know, defense. I got to give him credit after that AFC Championship game because, you know, after watching him play the Lions, I guess it was, you know, not this last season before with the Vikings and that playoff game, I was concerned. I'm like, I don't know that he's got that big game capability in him just because he looks shook. And again, this is no disrespect to him. I don't know him as no disrespect to him as a person. Don't know him as a person. I'm just, you know, clearly as a fan and as a former player, it was concerning because, you know, in those biggest moments, the guy we needed to handle the ball properly, you know, didn't, right? It was, you know, granted the offensive line, everything like that. And so to watch him come back and, you know, they go on a run in the playoffs and I saw what he did in that NFC Championship game. I was like, okay, you know what? Kudos to him.
That was it.
I mean,
that game was crazy.
That's a testament to his personality, right? For someone to go and learn from those mistakes and go out and conquer those demons. Hats off to him. Congratulations. Again, I think that Seattle team, I mean, that was truly what you see in a team, right? And knowing your identity and not going away from it. I thought, unfortunately, the Patriots went away from their identity because I thought they were both similar. You know, run the ball, play action, you know, don't put too much on your quarterback, let your defense play. And, you know, that D-line was whooping that O-line. I mean, I felt bad for Drake.
What
I was like, just hand the ball
O-line?
off. Just hand it off.
Is there anything they could have done? Like,
you have to run it. I mean, when dudes are getting pancaked in the pass rush, you better run the ball. I mean, you better absolutely try any way to run the ball, screens, get the ball out quick. You know, good. I mean, that's a good young team. They'll be back. They'll learn from it. Vrabes is a good coach. He's not going to let them, you know, ruin anybody's career over that. But you know, yeah, I was, you know, I was shocked. I always liken it to like, you know, championship fights. I'm a big mixed martial arts fan, right? And you'll see a guy going like a 10-fight win streak, and then he fights the champion, and he totally changes his game plan, goes away from what he's good at. Wrestlers all of a sudden want to box. Boxers all of a sudden want to wrestle. And I thought that's what happened with New England. I was like, you know, they just didn't seem like the team I'd seen a few times during the year as far as throwing the ball so much. And then, you know, Seattle they just ran the ball. They stayed ahead of the chains, played great defense, and it was fun to watch. Until it wasn't fun to watch.
Let's talk about the Minnesota angle to this. Because you tell him to kick rocks. You're saying, like, I didn't think he could do it. I'm, like, throwing my support behind JJ. Because 100%. The team doesn't throw their support behind Aaron, which was viable. So then I'm like, it's got to be this JJ kid. I talked to Justin Jefferson last week. He's like, he's my quarterback for now. Like, all this, like, that's my... You know, you have all these pieces. You're a Super Bowl contending team. Like, is JJ the guy? I guess is going to be the question going into everything.
I think what happened too with the imminent turnaround of Darnold, right? We thought, you know, Coach O'Connell's just going to, you know, whoever's going to come into that situation is just going to be immaculate. And JJ obviously has a skill set. I'll tell you, my biggest question mark right now is, can the kid stay healthy? You know, he had some good games. They go on like a 4 or 5 game win streak at the end. He started playing better football. But, I mean, in the beginning, you see, you know, that fourth quarter come back in the Bears, and we're like, okay, there's something there. And then they get stopped. And then, you know, kind of the same thing. They have a game where he starts bad and comes back. So, I mean, I think he has some grit. I think he has obviously some good potential. But, I mean, you got to stay healthy. You got to stay on the field in this league. So, you know, he's young. I think that's the problem. He's young. And from a Vikings fan standpoint, you're looking at, you know, one of the best receiving cores in the league. Mm-hmm. And how long can we sustain? We got a defense that you know, finished the league, you know, obviously red hot, but everybody's getting older. Every year, you know, they get older, and then those pieces start to fall off. So if you're waiting for JJ to mature by year 5, 6, 7, you know, all of a sudden Justin Jefferson is 10, 12 years in, you know, where, you know, the whole dynamic changes. So, I mean, I'm not one on like fire selling and that kind of stuff. But, I mean, there's a lot of questions that raise. If you can't stay healthy, you can't stay the starter, right? I mean, you can't. Then now we're trying to put money into backups and create these things. So I don't think Aaron was the right answer. I don't think you go out and say, hey, we drafted this kid in the first round.
You don't think Aaron was the right answer?
Not if you're trying, not for the long-term success of JJ.
So,
no,
to win a Super Bowl. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying. If the goal is to win a Super Bowl, bringing in Aaron sounds like it would have been.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. It wasn't like Aaron tore it up with the Jets. You know,
but he
it
was
wasn't
good
like
good enough with the Steelers if he had that offense.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think Aaron's a Hall of Famer. He's going to walk into the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
But at that time, it's like, do you?
Yeah.
Is another 1 year bridge? I mean, hindsight.
Yeah, Jared,
I
don't care about the future right now. If I'm
hindsight,
I don't give an
great.
F.
But
even
you know,
right now. Right now, I'm like, you've got this baby little window.
100%.
What are you going to do with it?
You.
So I guess
I'm
I'll
with
ask
you.
you this: if Kirk Cousins came back, would you welcome that?
No, he couldn't. In his prime, we weren't winning championships with him.
Okay, so could they not have won with Sam this year? I'm trying to understand. I want the resolution.
Sam's obviously the best option. Sam came out and proved everybody
Let's
wrong.
show you a
right?
list here. Can we show Jared the list that I showed Warren? Here's some of the names that are like buzzy, maybe on the move. We got Mac Jones, Daniel Jones is on here. He's not locked up yet with the Colts. Kyler Murray, sky's the limit, of course. Here's some younger options. You know, we don't want to waste the window. Are we a believer in JJ over these cats?
I'll be honest. I think, people might hate me for that. I think Tua is actually an interesting option. I mean, the dude won championships in college, right? He shows signs, and if you bring, you put Kevin with that offense, you get a good offensive line. I think Mac Jones. I like what Mac did when he stepped in for. Where was he at? Was it Baker? Where he stepped in?
No, he stepped in for Purdy.
Oh, Purdy, yeah. I think he did a great job
with Shanahan.
in San Francisco. So I like Mac. I like Mac Jones coming out of college, to be honest with you.
He's cool.
So I think he's talented. Yeah, I think there's some guys on that list that'll actually at least will push for that starting job and possibly take us there. Again, it's about ball security. It's about being on the field. And obviously, Sam Darnold, in hindsight, was the answer. Does that win the Super Bowl for us? I don't know. But hats off to the kid. I mean, he went out there, turned his career around, and just dominating. So, but we definitely got to address that situation.
We talked curling for too long, which I love, actually. Really quick, Max, stays or goes?
If he wants to win, he should go.
You're the best. Walk off. Curling, we love it. The Rock, we'll be back. We're good.